Hello, welcome to the Sleepy Science Studio channel. Tonight, we are traveling somewhere beautifully cold, into a world of frost, frozen silence, and gentle winter stillness. This is the quiet kingdom of ice, where breath turns to mist, water becomes crystal, and everything slows down, almost to stillness. In this frozen world, movement softens, sounds fade, and time itself seems to pause. The cold may sound harsh, but here, it brings peace, clarity, and silence deep enough to calm even the busiest mind. Tonight, we will drift through the most relaxing facts about freezing. How ice preserves life. How snow absorbs sound. How glaciers move like slow-breathing giants of the earth. And how extreme cold can create beauty, not just survival. These gentle wonders remind us that slowing down is natural, that stillness is not emptiness, it is rest. If you enjoy these peaceful journeys and would like to hear more, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment. It helps others find this quiet place, one sleepy soul at a time. Now, you don't need to do anything. Just breathe slowly. Let your body relax. Let your thoughts cool down. And allow the calm silence of frozen worlds to guide you softly toward sleep. If you're ready, let's begin. 1. Freezing slows the world down to a peaceful stillness. When water freezes, it transforms from something fluid, fast, and constantly moving, into something calm, silent, and beautifully still. Lakes stop rippling. Rivers stop rushing. Even falling rain turns into flakes that drift slowly instead of racing downward. In freezing environments, everything seems to breathe more slowly. Life adapts by resting, conserving energy, waiting, and trusting time. This stillness feels deeply soothing. It reminds us that it is okay to pause, to stop pushing, to simply be. As you listen, imagine your thoughts doing the same, slowing, quieting, finding peace in stillness. 2. Snow absorbs sound, wrapping the world in quiet. Freshly fallen snow is full of tiny spaces that trap sound, softening noises and reducing echoes. That is why winter nights feel quieter than any other time of year. Footsteps become gentle. Voices soften. Even the wind sounds different, as if wrapped in velvet. This natural silence lowers stress, calms the nervous system, and creates a feeling of peaceful isolation. Imagine walking in a snowy landscape. No traffic noise. No chaos. Only your breath, the faint crunch beneath your feet, and a deep calm slowly sinking into your mind. 3. Ice preserves memories of the Earth for thousands of years. Deep inside glaciers and polar ice sheets, tiny bubbles of ancient air are trapped, frozen in place for tens of thousands of years. Scientists drill ice cores and read them like pages of a giant frozen diary. Inside them are traces of old climates, distant volcanic eruptions, and the breath of ancient forests. Ice is not just frozen water, it is frozen time. It holds history in silence, patient and undisturbed. There is something peaceful in that thought, that even as the world keeps changing, some things remain still, resting quietly in layers of crystal, just like memories resting in the mind. Calm, safe, gently waiting. 4. Frost paints the world with delicate natural art. When moisture in the air freezes, it forms frost, but not randomly. It grows in beautiful repeating patterns. Fern-like shapes spread across windows. Tiny crystals decorate leaves. Even spiderwebs become fragile sculptures of glassy beauty. These shapes are formed slowly, silently, with no rush, and no noise. Frost reminds us that beauty does not always appear in power or speed. Sometimes it appears in the quietest moments, in the coldest stillness, where patience allows gentle beauty to grow. 5. Freezing protects and preserves life instead of destroying it. Cold may seem harsh, but in nature it is often protective. Seeds sleep safely through winter, because freezing keeps them from sprouting too soon. Animals slow their heartbeat, lower their temperature, and enter deep, peaceful hibernation to survive until warmth returns. Even the human body, in rare situations, can survive longer in freezing conditions, because cold slows the body and protects living tissue in a strange, beautiful way. Freezing is nature's way of saying, rest now. Save your strength. Life will bloom again when the time is right. Just like nighttime protects us so we can sleep, freezing gives the world permission to pause. Without fear. Let these thoughts stay with you gently. A quiet world. Soft silence. Slow breathing. Everything frozen. Everything calm. Everything peaceful. 6. Ice can shape landscapes slowly, patiently, over thousands of years. When glaciers move, they do not rush. They glide, inch by inch, sometimes only a few centimeters a day. But over hundreds or thousands of years, this slow movement has incredible power. Glaciers carve valleys. They smooth mountains. They reshape entire continents with steady, quiet pressure. Nothing dramatic. No explosions. No sudden chaos. Just slow, patient movement, guided by time. It is a powerful reminder that change does not always need to be loud or fast. Sometimes the most lasting transformations in life happen gently, gradually, almost without us noticing, until one day we look back and see how far we have come. Like a glacier moving silently through time, you too are allowed to grow slowly, change softly, and let patience shape your life without force or pressure. 7. When water freezes, it becomes lighter, allowing life to survive beneath the ice. This is one of nature's most comforting miracles. Unlike most substances, water becomes less dense when it freezes. That means ice floats instead of sinking. When a lake freezes, the ice forms a protective blanket on the surface, while liquid water remains below. Fish continue to swim. Plants continue to live. Life carries on, quietly and safely. Winter, instead of being a sentence of death, becomes a peaceful period of survival and rest. This simple physical property, ice floating instead of drowning everything beneath it, has kept life alive on Earth for millions of years. It reminds us that even in the coldest moments of life, there is protection, there is support, there is something keeping us safe. Even when we feel frozen on the surface, sometimes the cold does not crush us. Sometimes it protects us, gently, silently, just enough. 8. There are places so cold that time feels like it barely moves. In the polar regions, winter can last for months. The sun disappears. The world turns blue, silver, and white. Temperatures stay far below freezing. But instead of chaos, there is calm. Snow covers the ground like a blanket. Ice stretches endlessly. The wind whispers softly across frozen plains. There is a deep stillness there. A stillness that feels almost sacred. Scientists working in these places often describe how their thoughts slow down, how their minds become quieter, how the world feels simpler. Cold removes distractions. It removes noise. It leaves only breath, heartbeat, and the steady presence of existence. Imagine standing in that endless winter silence. Nothing rushing, nothing demanding, only you, and the peaceful, frozen world around you. 9. Freezing creates breathtaking natural sculptures that exist only for a short, magical time. Icicles form under roofs, stretching downward like delicate crystal daggers. Waterfalls freeze mid-motion, captured in place like a pause moment in time. Ice caves glow blue from within, lit softly by trapped light. Like natural cathedrals carved by winter itself, these frozen wonders do not last forever. They melt when warmth returns. They vanish quietly, leaving only memory. But that is part of their beauty. They exist for a short while. Quiet, fragile, stunning. And then they let go. Just like peaceful moments in our lives. They appear. They comfort us. And then they pass without regret. Freezing teaches us that beauty does not need to last forever. Sometimes it only needs to be felt, appreciated, and remembered. 10. The cold teaches the world, and us, how to rest. Winter is the season of slowing down. Trees stop growing. Animals sleep. Even the earth's energy becomes softer, quieter, calmer. Nature does not fight this. It does not panic or resist. It simply rests, knowing that rest is part of living. In the same way, we are allowed to rest. We are allowed to stop, to breathe, to be still without guilt. Freezing is not just about cold. It is about peace. It is about trust. It is about knowing that even in stillness, life continues beneath the surface. As you listen, let your thoughts settle, like snowflakes gently drifting to the ground. Let your breathing slow, like a river gradually freezing into calm silence. And let your mind rest, just like the world rests under winter's gentle, protective cold. 11. Freezing turns ordinary water into crystals of quiet perfection. Water, something so common and familiar, changes completely when it freezes. It becomes structured, geometric, beautifully ordered. Snowflakes form six-sided patterns so delicate and precise that scientists still marvel at their complexity. No two snowflakes are exactly alike. Each one is shaped by the path it travels through the air, by temperature, humidity, and tiny shifts in wind. Something as simple as frozen water becomes a masterpiece of nature. There is something deeply relaxing about this idea, that beauty can quietly form out of something ordinary, without effort, without noise, without intention, just like calm moments in our lives. Snowflakes don't force themselves into existence. They simply appear, gently, slowly, perfectly timed. 12. Freezing water expands, gently breaking stone and reshaping nature. When water seeps into rocks and freezes, it expands, pushing the stone apart. Over years, decades, even centuries, this simple freezing and thawing shapes cliffs, mountains, and valleys. It's a slow process, almost invisible, but incredibly powerful. This quiet strength of freezing reminds us that change doesn't need force to be real. Soft things can be strong. Gentle processes can create massive transformation. Just as ice quietly reshapes stone. Soft habits, small thoughts, and quiet decisions slowly reshape our lives. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be loud. You are allowed to change slowly, patiently, naturally, and that change will still matter. 13. Cold air feels cleaner, sharper, and lighter to breathe. On a freezing day, the air feels different. It tastes crisp. It smells clearer. Every breath feels fresh, almost purified. Cold air holds less moisture, so it carries fewer smells, fewer impurities, fewer distractions. Breathing it in feels like inhaling quiet, a gentle reset for the senses. People often describe winter air as refreshing, awakening, soothing to the mind. Imagine breathing in that crisp stillness now. Slowly, deeply, peacefully. As if every breath clears a little space inside you, making room for calm. 14. Animals adapt to freezing in beautifully intelligent ways. When winter comes, animals do not panic. They prepare. They adjust. They rest. Bears sink into deep hibernation, their heartbeat slowing, their breathing soft and steady. Arctic foxes change color, their fur turning white like snow, blending gently into the frozen world around them. Some frogs freeze almost completely, their hearts stopping for a time. Yet when warmth returns, they wake up and continue life as if nothing happened. Nature does not see freezing as an end. It sees it as a phase of rest, protection, and survival. And perhaps that is something we can learn too. That when life feels cold or quiet, it may simply be giving us space to restore ourselves. 15. Freezing creates peaceful, dreamlike light. In cold places, light behaves differently. Snow reflects sunlight softly, turning landscapes bright, glowing, almost magical. At night, ice can sparkle beneath the moon, as if the ground is covered in tiny stars. In polar regions, long winter darkness is sometimes lit by auroras, silent curtains of green and violet drifting across the frozen sky. This gentle, ethereal light feels unreal, like something from a dream. It reminds us that even the coldest environments hold warmth in their beauty, a quiet comfort made of light, reflection, and wonder. As you imagine that frozen glow, allow your thoughts to soften, your breath to slow, and your mind to drift gently, wrapped in the peaceful calm of winter's silent light. 16. Freezing slows everything down until the world feels gentle and quiet. When temperatures drop, movement becomes softer. Rivers slow, lakes pause, falling rain turns to drifting snow. Nature presses the slow motion button, and everything calms. There is a deep peace in this slowing down. The rushing of life takes a break. The constant motion of the world rests. In cold silence, there is space to think. There is space to breathe. There is space simply to exist. Freezing reminds us that not every moment must be fast. Not every second must be filled. And not every day must be loud. Sometimes stillness is not emptiness. Sometimes it is healing. 17. Frozen mornings feel like the world has been carefully reset overnight. On freezing mornings, everything looks fresh. Frost paints delicate white lace over grass, branches, and rooftops. Windows sparkle with icy patterns, as if nature drew gentle artwork in the dark. The world feels new. Even footsteps sound softer on frozen ground, as though the earth is whispering instead of speaking. Breath becomes visible, floating gently into the air like small clouds, then vanishing peacefully. A frozen morning has a special kind of calm, a soft pause before the day truly begins. It feels like nature has tidied everything, wrapped it in chill quiet, and handed it back slowly, lovingly. Just like that, you too are allowed to reset, to begin fresh, to breathe into a new moment of peace. 18. Freezing preserves things beautifully, holding moments in time. Ice has the power to keep things as they are. It slows decay. It protects. It preserves. Scientists discover ancient plants, animals, even pieces of history, perfectly kept inside frozen ground and glaciers. Moments from thousands of years ago wait quietly in the cold, untouched. There is something comforting in that idea. Freezing is not destruction. It is care. It is protection. It is time gently held still. Just as frozen landscapes preserve nature, your quiet moments preserve peace within you. Stillness holds your calm. Rest keeps your strength safe. Sometimes freezing is simply the world gently saying, pause, you are safe here for a while. 19. The sound of freezing winter is unlike any other sound, a peaceful quiet that feels like comfort. Cold places have their own music, and sometimes that music is silence. Snow absorbs noise, softening footsteps, muting distant sounds, and turning busy places into gentle, hushed worlds. On a freezing night, you may hear almost nothing at all. Maybe only a soft wind. Maybe the gentle cracking of ice. Maybe your own calm breathing. This silence is not empty. It feels warm in its own strange way, like a soft blanket wrapped around sound itself. It allows the mind to rest. Thoughts stop shouting. The world stops echoing. In that quiet, you can simply be safe, still, and peaceful. 20. Frozen landscapes remind us that beauty exists even in the coldest seasons of life. When you think of freezing, you might imagine harshness. But look closer, and freezing is full of soft wonder. Ice shapes delicate edges on leaves. Snow settles carefully over trees, turning forests into gentle white dreams. Frozen lakes reflect sky like polished glass. Calm, steady, endlessly peaceful. Freezing shows that even cold seasons can be beautiful, soft, and full of quiet magic. In our lives too, cold moments happen. Times of silence. Times of stillness. Times where everything feels paused. But like winter, these moments are not empty. They are shaping us, resting us, preparing us gently for warmth to return. So as you imagine these frozen wonders, allow your body to loosen, your thoughts to slow, and your mind to drift gently, wrapped in calm, quiet, winter peace. 21. Frozen nights carry a special kind of calm, as if the world has gently gone to sleep with you. When the air is freezing, the night feels deeper, softer, and quieter. Lights glow differently in the cold, surrounded by misty breaths and gentle stillness. Stars seem sharper in the icy sky, sparkling like tiny crystals scattered across darkness. Even the moon appears calmer, watching quietly over a sleeping world. Freezing nights slow thoughts. They loosen worries. They wrap everything in a soft hush. In that frozen stillness, you are reminded that it is okay to stop. It is okay to rest. It is okay to simply breathe and drift. Let the cold night hold you peacefully, as if the world itself is telling you, you can relax now. Everything is calm. 22. Frost turns ordinary things into delicate wonders, proving beauty can appear in the most unexpected places. A single blade of grass, covered in tiny ice crystals, suddenly looks magical. A simple window, outlined with frozen patterns, becomes a portrait painted by the night. Even footsteps in snow leave gentle marks, like soft memories temporarily pressed into the world. Freezing doesn't just cover things, it transforms them. It shows how quietly nature can create art, how something as simple as cold air can design lace-like patterns, sparkling edges, and frozen jewels on even the smallest things. It reminds you that life too can turn ordinary moments into quiet beauty. Even simple breaths, simple thoughts, simple stillness can become something peaceful and meaningful. You don't always need excitement. Sometimes beauty is slow, quiet, and gently frozen in time. 23. Freezing air feels sharp at first, but then becomes strangely refreshing and comforting. When you first breathe in freezing air, it feels crisp and cool, almost surprising. But then, something soothing happens. It clears your lungs. It wakes your senses gently. It feels pure, clean, and simple. Cold air has a way of washing away mental noise, like a reset for the mind, like a deep, refreshing sigh from nature. It reminds you that clarity can be calm, that stillness can refresh you, that peace does not always come from warmth. Sometimes it comes from cool, crisp quiet. As you imagine breathing in that cold calmness, your body softens, your thoughts become lighter, and slowly, you drift toward a softer, gentler peace. 24. Ice and snow reflect light in the most magical ways, filling freezing places with quiet glow instead of darkness. Even in cold, light finds a way to shine beautifully. Snow glows softly under moonlight, turning nights almost silver. Ice sparkles when touched by the smallest beam of light, like tiny stars frozen on the ground. Morning frost glimmers gently, welcoming the day without sound. Freezing isn't just about cold. It is about gentle brightness, soft glow, and peaceful illumination. It teaches us that even in the coldest moments, there can still be light. Not harsh, not blinding, but calm, comforting, and kind. Just like your mind now, gently glowing with quiet peace, resting softly, without effort. 25. Freezing reminds us that every season of life has a purpose, even the silent and still ones. Winter is not wasted. Freezing is not meaningless. It is a time of rest, renewal, and gentle preparation. Beneath frozen ground, life is quietly waiting. Seeds are safe. Trees are resting. Nature is gathering strength. Stillness is not failure. Silence is not emptiness. Cold is not the end. Freezing seasons in life allow you to breathe, to recover, to pause long enough to truly feel peace again. Just like winter eventually gives way to spring, your quiet moments lead you toward warmth, light, and renewed energy. For now, you are simply resting, held gently in calm, wrapped in softness, floating peacefully into deeper, warmer sleep. 26. There is a peaceful silence in frozen valleys, where the world feels beautifully paused, like a breath held gently in time. Imagine a wide, snowy valley, covered in soft, white stillness. Nothing rushes. Nothing pushes forward. Nothing demands attention. The wind moves slowly, whispering quietly across the frozen ground. Trees stand calm, their branches resting beneath delicate layers of snow. Mountains watch silently, strong and unmoving, like guardians of peace. In this frozen valley, time doesn't disappear. It simply slows down, enough for your heart to catch up, enough for your mind to rest. The stillness isn't empty. It is full of softness, full of quiet strength, full of gentle reassurance that you don't always need to hurry. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to simply exist. Peaceful, calm, and safe. 27. Frozen lakes hold a special kind of magic, calm on the surface and full of quiet mystery beneath. A frozen lake looks perfectly still, like a giant mirror of ice. Nothing ripples. Nothing crashes. It just rests, silent and serene. But beneath the surface, there is life waiting, water sleeping, and movement slowed beautifully by the cold. This is the magic of freezing. It doesn't destroy life. It protects it, slows it, and keeps it safe until warmth returns. Just like your mind now. Calm on the outside, resting inside, holding your thoughts gently instead of letting them rush everywhere. You don't have to solve anything right now. You don't have to think too hard. Like the frozen lake, you can simply be still, peaceful, and beautifully quiet. 28. The soft crunch of snow under gentle footsteps is one of the most comforting sounds in the world. Imagine walking slowly through snow. Each step makes a delicate, gentle sound. Not loud, not sharp, just soft, reassuring, and deeply calming. It feels like nature acknowledging your presence. Without disturbance, without stress. With every quiet step, worries feel lighter, thoughts grow slower. Your body feels heavier in the best way, as if settling into rest. The world feels friendly, safe, and welcoming. This simple sound reminds you that movement can still be peaceful. Progress can still be calm. You don't need noise to move forward. You don't need chaos to exist. You can walk gently through life, just like those slow footsteps in snow. Calm, steady, and deeply peaceful. 29. Frost-covered mornings bring a gentle sense of renewal, like the world has refreshed itself overnight. When morning arrives after a freezing night, everything feels fresh. The air is clear. The world is quiet. Breath floats softly in front of you like tiny clouds. Every surface seems new, softly touched by frost, glimmering in delicate light. It feels like the earth has taken time to reset, to breathe, to rest. And now, it begins again. Calmly, gracefully, slowly. This feeling of renewal reminds you that rest is powerful. Freezing nights are not empty. They are healing. Just like sleep is for you now. Your mind is resetting. Your body is relaxing. Your heart is becoming lighter. Morning will come eventually. But right now, you are in the peaceful space in between. And that is where deepest calm exists. 30. The beauty of freezing teaches us that stillness can be deeply comforting. And silence can gently carry you towards sleep. Cold places aren't only harsh. They are full of wonder, softness, and peace. They show how the world can slow, without fear. How movement can pause, without loss. How life can rest deeply, without disappearing. Freezing moments are quiet invitations to soften your thoughts, to loosen your worries, to allow your body to sink into peaceful rest. You don't need to hold anything right now. You don't need to stay alert. You don't need to keep your mind busy. Let everything slow, like snow drifting gently downward. Let your breathing soften, like wind fading softly over ice. Let your thoughts become light, like tiny frost crystals sparkling and then melting away. You are safe. You are calm. You are resting, wrapped in the quiet comfort of freezing stillness. You can simply drift, softly, peacefully, into deeper, warmer, dream-filled sleep. 31. There are days so cold that even the air feels pure and crystal clear, as if you are breathing in silence itself. In the cold, every breath becomes slower, deeper, softer. The noise of everyday life fades away, leaving only the gentle rhythm of your heartbeat and the calm movement of your breathing. That feeling washes your worries clean, quiets your thoughts, and makes your mind feel as light as falling snow. You realize that even in the cold, there is a special kind of warmth. The warmth of stillness, of knowing you do not need to push yourself. You simply breathe. You simply exist. And everything is okay. 32. When temperatures drop to freezing, time feels longer, but somehow much kinder. Simple moments suddenly feel deeper. A thin sheet of ice forming on water. A faint beam of winter light. Your breath turning into pale mist in the air. Everything slows down, not in heaviness, but in peace. And in that slowness, your mind relaxes too. Thoughts that once rushed now drift gently, like gliding across a frozen lake. You realize sometimes what you need isn't more motion, but a pause long enough for your heart to rest. The cold isn't here to frighten you. It is here to hold you softly, to let your shoulders drop, your breathing soften, and your body drift toward calm, peaceful rest. 33. In a frozen world, everything becomes simpler, yet somehow more magical. A branch coated in ice. A droplet frozen into crystal. A quiet rooftop wrapped in snow. Nothing is loud. Nothing is rushing. Everything is peacefully still. It reminds you that beauty doesn't always need to shout. Some kinds of beauty can only exist in silence. Your mind is the same. It doesn't always need to be strong or active. It needs softness. It needs quiet. When you finally allow yourself to rest, your thoughts grow lighter, your body feels calmer, and sleep slowly begins to find you, like snow drifting gently through a silent winter sky. 34. The cold carries a special feeling of safety and quiet, almost like a soft blanket placed around the world. There are no rushing sounds, no pressure, no force pushing you forward. Just you, your breath, and the peaceful rhythm of life moving slowly. It feels like the world is gently hugging you, whispering that you don't need to worry anymore. Everything is enough. You are enough. You can let your body grow heavier. Your eyelids slowly fall. Your heartbeat soften. And allow yourself to sink into deep, soothing rest. 35. And perhaps the most comforting gift of freezing silence is acceptance. Acceptance that pausing is necessary. Acceptance that slowing down is allowed. Acceptance that rest is not weakness. It is healing. Just like water freezes and finally stops flowing, your mind also deserves moments to stop after a long day. Right now, you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to fight. You don't need to rush. You only need to be here. Let your thoughts fade like white breath dissolving into winter air. Let your body grow light like falling snow. Let your heart rest gently. You are safe. You are calm. And you are drifting peacefully into warm, quiet, healing sleep. 36. There is something deeply comforting about the quiet weight of winter air. As if the sky itself is gently pressing the world into stillness. When everything outside slows, your thoughts slow too. The rush of the day fades. The noise inside your head softens. And suddenly there is room to breathe again. You notice the sound of silence. The softness of frozen wind. The delicate calm that rests on everything it touches. Cold has a way of clearing the mind. It removes distractions, peels away pressure, and leaves behind only what is simple and peaceful. In that peacefulness, you begin to feel lighter. Your shoulders ease. Your breathing deepens. Your heartbeat steadies. And without forcing anything, you gently begin to drift inward. Toward warmth. Toward comfort. Toward rest. 37. The beauty of freezing stillness is that it creates a world without hurry. Snow lies on rooftops without rushing to melt. Ice rests quietly on lakes without needing to break. The air holds its breath, patient and calm. In that frozen patience, there is a lesson that nothing needs to move quickly to have meaning. You don't have to push tonight. You don't have to think hard, or hold yourself together, or carry the weight of everything. Like winter itself, you are allowed to pause. You can let thoughts drift away slowly, like frost fading on glass. You can let your body sink deeper into comfort, feeling heavier, safer, and more peaceful with every breath. There is no pressure here. No deadlines. No expectations. Just softness. Just stillness. Just quiet warmth slowly surrounding you, inviting sleep to come gently closer. 38. Cold nights remind us of the beautiful contrast between outside and inside. Between the frozen world and the warmth we hold within. Outside, frost sparkles quietly. Inside, your body keeps you safe. Your heart beats warmly. Your breath glows softly in your chest. It is a reminder that you carry comfort within you. Even in the coldest world, there is warmth inside your being, steady and alive. As you rest, feel that inner warmth spreading slowly, softening your muscles, loosening every bit of tension you've been carrying all day. Your mind begins to glow gently too, thoughts dimming, worries cooling, until only calm remains. Like a window fogging gently with breath. Your awareness softens at the edges. And in that softness, you feel safe enough to let go. Safe enough to relax. Safe enough to rest deeply. Safe enough to fall quietly into sleep. 39. One of the most peaceful things about freezing weather is how it transforms movement into grace. Footsteps soften under snow. Wind slows into a whisper. Even sound seems gentler, wrapped in layers of quiet. The world feels careful, respectful, calm, and your body responds to that calm. Your breathing becomes slower without effort. Your chest rises gently. falls gently, like calm waves under winter moonlight. Each breath carries away a little more tension. Each exhale melts another layer of worry. It's as if the cold outside is gently freezing your stress, holding it still so it can no longer chase you. Inside, you are free to rest, free to let muscles soften, free to grow heavier against your pillow, free to drift. You don't need to control anything. You don't need to think your way to peace. Peace is already here, settling over you, like soft, silent snow. Dash 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 dash. 40. In the heart of winter's quiet, there is a comforting sense of being held. The world feels steady. Time feels slower. Nothing is rushing ahead without you. For a moment, life is simple again. Just breath. Just warmth. Just the gentle rhythm of your body relaxing. There is a beautiful softness in knowing you are safe enough to rest. Safe enough to stop. Safe enough to sink into silence. Let sleep approach like a slow snowfall. Unhurried, patient, comforting. Let your thoughts drift away like cold mist fading into the air. Let your body feel supported. Heavy. Peacefully still. You don't need to do anything now. You don't need to hold anything together. Just rest. Just breathe. Just drift. You are safe. You are calm. And you are gently falling into deep, peaceful sleep. 41. There is a special kind of calm that only appears in the deepest cold. A quiet that feels almost sacred. When temperatures fall and the world slows, it feels as if nature is carefully lowering its voice, inviting you to listen not with your ears, but with your whole being. No rushing cars. No loud chatter. No endless movement. Just stillness. Just silence. Just the gentle hum of existence continuing quietly. In that quiet, your thoughts begin to settle too. The worries that once felt loud become softer. The stress that once felt heavy begins to melt away. Your breathing deepens. Your shoulders loosen. Your body remembers what peace feels like. It is as if the cold is whispering, "It's okay to slow down. It's okay to rest now." And slowly, gently, you begin to drift closer to sleep. 42. Frozen landscapes remind us that stillness can be deeply beautiful. When snow covers the world, it doesn't rush to impress anyone. When ice forms across lakes, it doesn't force itself to shine. It simply exists. Quiet, patient, calm, and somehow, that quiet simplicity becomes breathtaking. Your mind, too, becomes beautiful in stillness. Not when it is racing. Not when it is trying too hard. But when it is calm. When it is soft. When it is gentle with itself. Tonight, let your thoughts rest the way snow rests on trees. Without effort. Without pressure. Just peacefully settling. Feel your body sinking into comfort. Feel your breathing slowing into rhythm. Feel your heart moving calmly and safely inside your chest. There is nothing you need to solve now. Nothing you need to chase. Nothing you need to control. Just be here. Warm. Safe. Slowly drifting towards sleep. 43. In freezing silence, even the smallest sounds feel meaningful. A soft crack of ice in the distance. The faint crunch of snow beneath footsteps. The quiet whisper of wind moving slowly through empty air. Nothing is loud. Nothing is overwhelming. Everything feels gentle. That gentleness begins to surround you too. Your thoughts no longer rush. Your emotions no longer storm. Everything inside you becomes quieter and steadier. It is almost like floating. Weightless, calm, supported by stillness. You don't need to resist this feeling. You don't have to stay awake guarding the world. You don't need to stay alert anymore. You can trust this moment. You can rest in it. Let your eyelids grow heavier. Let your breathing become slower. Let your body melt into softness. The cold world outside may be frozen, but inside, you are wrapped in warmth, peace, and safety. 44. The beauty of freezing nights is how they invite reflection, but in the gentlest way. Not the kind of reflection that overwhelms. Not the kind that pulls your thoughts in 1,000 directions. But the quiet kind. Soft, slow, peaceful. You begin to notice simple things again. The comfort of warmth against your skin. The steady rhythm of your breath. The feeling of simply existing. There is something incredibly soothing about realizing you don't need to rush toward the future or replay the past tonight. All you need to do is be here, breathing, resting, allowing your mind to soften. Just like winter takes the world in its arms, this moment holds you too. You are allowed to be still. You are allowed to stop trying. You are allowed to sleep. Let that permission wash over you. Soft as snowfall, gentle as winter wind. And as it does, you drift a little deeper into quiet, healing rest. 45. Perhaps the most peaceful gift freezing silence gives us is the reminder that stopping is not the end. It is renewal. When the world freezes, it is not dying. It is resting, regathering, strengthening quietly. And you are the same. Rest is not failure. Rest is not weakness. Rest is how you heal, how you reset, how you find yourself again. Tonight, you are allowed to rest completely. Let every muscle relax. Let every thought slow. Let your heart beat peacefully. Unhurried. Steady. You are safe here. You are warm here. You are cared for here. Let the world outside remain frozen and quiet, while inside, you gently sink into softness and warmth. Let sleep come slowly, like a calm winter night settling in, embracing the earth in silence. You don't need to do anything else. Just allow yourself to drift into deep, gentle, comforting sleep. 46. There is something almost magical about the way freezing air makes the world feel wider, quieter, and endlessly calm. When the cold settles in, it gently pauses everything. Movement slows. Noise softens. Time itself seems to stretch out peacefully. In that stretched out time, you don't have to hurry. You don't have to think so hard. You don't have to carry every worry at once. You can simply breathe. Each breath you take feels steady and soothing, like soft clouds floating from your chest into the calm night. Your body relaxes deeper. Your mind loosens its tight grip. Your heart begins to rest in a steady rhythm of comfort. It feels as if the freezing world outside has created a quiet room just for you. A safe place for your mind to slow down. A gentle invitation to sleep. Let yourself sink into that invitation. Let the safety of stillness surround you. Let the peaceful cold outside help the warmth inside you feel even more comforting. Slowly, calmly, you drift closer to rest. 47. Freezing landscapes remind us that silence is not empty. It is full of peace. Snow-covered ground holds stories, but it tells them softly. Frozen lakes contain movement, but they hold it quietly beneath the surface. And just like that, your thoughts can exist quietly too. They don't have to race. They don't need to demand attention. They can simply settle. Imagine your mind becoming like a gentle snowy field. Smooth and calm. Untouched by stress. Undisturbed by noise. Every worry becomes lighter. Every anxious thought softens. Everything feels slower, safer, quieter. Your body follows. Muscles loosen. Breathing slows. Your heartbeat becomes a calm, steady rhythm. You don't need to be strong right now. You don't need to be alert. You don't need to carry the world. You are allowed to rest. Let the quiet cold outside hold your worries, while warmth wraps around you gently. You are drifting peacefully, and sleep is coming closer with every calm breath. 48. There is a special beauty in the way freezing nights glow softly. The moonlight reflects off snow, turning darkness into silver calm. Stars hang quietly in the cold sky, as if frozen in place, watching over the silent world below. Nothing is rushed. Nothing is loud. Everything simply exists peacefully, and you are part of that peaceful picture. You don't have to do anything to deserve rest. You don't have to prove anything to feel calm. Just being here, just breathing, just existing is enough. Feel the warmth around you. Feel the softness beneath you. Feel the quiet night wrapping you gently. Every part of you is allowed to relax. Your mind unwinds. Your body melts into comfort, and your spirit settles into peace. Let the calm of this frozen night guide you softly towards sleep, like snow falling slowly, like wind whispering quietly. Let yourself drift slowly, deeply, into rest. 49. One of the most comforting things about freezing stillness is knowing that even when everything stops, life continues gently beneath the surface. Beneath the snow, the earth is resting, not gone. Beneath the ice, water waits patiently to flow again. Rest is part of nature. Rest is necessary. Rest is healing. And tonight, this rest is for you. You don't need to hold tension anymore. You don't need to stay awake guarding your worries. You don't need to keep pushing through exhaustion. You are allowed to stop. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to sleep. Let every breath carry away a bit of stress. Let every exhale release what you no longer need. Let every heartbeat remind you that you are safe. The cold world outside is resting quietly, and you can rest too. Let your eyelids grow heavier. Let your thoughts become softer. Let your body sink deeper into comfort. You are wrapped in warmth. You are surrounded by peace. You are safe to drift. 50. Perhaps the most beautiful truth freezing nights teach us is that silence can be deeply comforting. Not lonely, not empty, just peaceful. In this quiet, you can finally hear what matters. Your calm breathing, your steady heart, your gentle presence in this moment. You don't need answers tonight. You don't need plans. You don't need strength. What you need is rest. And it is slowly, lovingly, arriving. Feel warmth holding you like a soft blanket. Feel peace settling over you, like snowfall across a quiet world. Your mind becomes still. Your body becomes calm. Your spirit feels safe. There is nothing to fear. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to do, except rest. Let the calm of freezing silence cradle you. Let the quiet night watch over you. Let your body surrender fully to sleep. And gently, softly, peacefully, you drift into deep, warm, comforting rest. 51. There is a gentle reassurance in knowing that freezing air has the power to calm everything it touches. When the world becomes cold, movement slows naturally. Even the wind drifts more softly, as if whispering instead of shouting. This slowing is soothing. It reminds your body that it is okay not to rush, not to push, not to carry everything at once. You can simply exist. In the cold, the world becomes simple. Breath in, breath out. Nothing more is demanded of you. Each breath warms your chest. Each exhale releases tension. Your shoulders soften. Your jaw loosens. Your thoughts grow lighter. You are safe here, wrapped in warmth, resting in stillness, surrounded by quiet. Let this peaceful sense of being held guide you gently towards sleep. Let the calmness of freezing air outside help the inside of you grow deeply relaxed. And slowly, softly, beautifully, you drift closer to rest. 52. Frozen mornings glow with the softest light, and frozen nights glow with the deepest calm. Snow reflects softness. Ice reflects stillness. Cold air carries silence gently. In this peaceful frozen world, nothing is rushed. Nothing is loud. Nothing is demanded. And for a little while, neither are you. You do not need to solve anything right now. You do not need to think ahead. You do not need to replay the past. You only need to be here. Breathing slowly. Resting deeply. Existing peacefully. Imagine your mind cooling down, like a warm cup of tea slowly calming on a windowsill. Still whole. Still complete. Simply more quiet. Thoughts settle. Worries soften. Your inner world becomes smooth and still. Your body follows, falling into comfort, melting into restfulness, sinking into softness. Let yourself rest, as gently as snow rests on quiet ground. You are safe. You are warm. You are drifting towards sleep. 53. There is comfort in knowing that freezing seasons are nature's way of resting. Trees pause their growing. Animals curl into warmth. Rivers slow beneath the ice. Nothing is gone. Nothing is broken. Everything is simply resting. And tonight, you are allowed to rest too. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are simply human. And humans need rest. Let this truth relax your thoughts. Let it loosen the pressure you place on yourself. Let it remind you that rest is not weakness. It is renewal. Feel your breathing become deeper. Feel your eyes grow heavier. Feel your body release tension. It no longer needs to hold. You are not expected to do anything right now. You are only expected to relax. Let yourself drift like softly falling snow. Slow, gentle, and peaceful, settling naturally into stillness. And sleep, calm and comforting, moves quietly closer to you. 54. In frozen silence, the world feels beautifully spacious. Sound doesn't disappear. It simply becomes softer. Movement doesn't stop. It simply becomes smoother. Thoughts don't vanish. They simply begin to slow. Your mind can rest here, like a snow-covered field. Open and calm. Clear and peaceful. Your thoughts stretch out, with no rush, and no pressure. There is room for breath. There is room for peace. There is room for stillness. Let your breathing grow calm and rhythmic, steady like soft footsteps in snow. Let your body relax into the space around you. Released from tension. Released from effort. The night is calm. The air is still. You are safe. Wrapped in warmth. Supported by quiet. You are gently drifting toward deep, peaceful rest. Let the softness hold you. Let the stillness soothe you. Let your body surrender to sleep. I'll pause the video here for now. Thank you for spending your time with me throughout this gentle journey. Every moment you listened, every soft breath you took, is something I truly cherish. If tonight's video brought you a little peace, helped you feel lighter, or simply gave you a quiet moment in the middle of a busy day, feel free to share your thoughts below. A good night wish, a short note, or even a few soft words would mean a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this content, you can leave a like and subscribe, so future videos can reach you more easily. Your support is what inspires me to create more calm, soothing stories to accompany you each night. I wish you a deep and restful sleep. A sleep where every worry gently fades as you close your eyes, and only peace, comfort, and beautiful dreams remain. Let your body rest. Let your mind drift softly, like a quiet mist. If you're still awake, don't worry. You can listen to more videos on the channel. Maybe a sound, a story, or a quiet moment will help you drift off naturally. Thank you for being here. Sleep well, and I'll see you again in the next peaceful dream.